Are you wasting your life on these 5 things? Quite a sobering question to start with, isn't it? But it's essential to ask ourselves this question every now and then. Well, in this video, I'm going to reveal 5 common activities that might be draining your precious time and life away and provide strategies to overcome them. It's no secret that we all have habits or routines that we know are not beneficial. We try to change, but often we stumble and fall back into the same patterns. Why? Because it's not just about eliminating these time thieves, it's about replacing them with actions that enrich our lives. But if I tell you, there's a way to reclaim your time and live a more fulfilling life, would you be interested? Stick around as we dive deep into these 5 time-wasting habits, and how you can replace them with productive and fulfilling ones. Let's start this journey towards a more intentional and meaningful life. Suppose you're scrolling through social media mindlessly again for the 100th time today. It's a common misconception that social media is simply a harmless pastime. But let's face it, these platforms, with their tantalizing feeds and seemingly endless scroll, are designed to trap us into spending precious hours, often without adding any significant value to our lives. Now, consider this. What if you set specific times for browsing your social media feeds? Maybe 15 minutes in the morning, another 15 after lunch, and perhaps a quick check in the evening. This way, you're not banning social media outright, but merely being intentional with its use. You're in control, not the algorithm. You might be wondering, what good will this do? Well, think of it this way. The time you save can be channeled into more productive activities. Maybe you'll finish that book you've been meaning to read, or perhaps you'll finally start learning that new language or skill you've been putting off. And let's not forget the mental health benefits. Less time on social media means less comparison, less negativity, and ultimately, less stress. Imagine the hours you could reclaim by being intentional with your social media use. It's a small change, but one that could have a profound impact on how you live your life, how you spend your time, and how you perceive the world around you. Suppose you're constantly checking the news, even when there's nothing new. Now, it's a common misconception that being informed means being plugged into the 24-hour news cycle, every hour on the hour. But really, think about it. How often does breaking news actually affect your daily life? The truth is, not much changes from one moment to the next, and yet we find ourselves sucked into this vortex of constant updates. So, what's the solution? Well, it's all about intentional consumption. Set specific times in your day for catching up on the news. Maybe it's during breakfast, or perhaps in the evening after work. Stick to these times and resist the urge to check in outside them. Now, you might be wondering, what's the point? Here's the thing, when you're not constantly distracted by the latest headlines, you open up more space for other activities. You might find that you have more time to read that book you've been meaning to get to, or maybe you'll finally start that online course you've been putting off. And here's the cherry on top. When you do sit down to catch up on the news, you'll find that you can engage more deeply with the stories. You'll have the mental space to reflect on the implications rather than just skimming the headlines. News will always be there, but your time won't. Suppose you're watching TV alone again, just because it's there. You tell yourself it's a great way to unwind, but is it really? Or is it just a convenient excuse to avoid doing something more meaningful? We've all been there, but it's time to break free from the hypnotic allure of the television screen. Here's the misconception. TV is a good way to relax, but more often than not, it's a passive activity that doesn't truly enrich our lives. It's easy to get drawn into the endless sea of shows, but remember, they're designed to keep you hooked and coming back for more. So what do? You set a rule, no watching TV alone. It's a simple strategy, but it works. You'll be amazed at how much time suddenly appears in your day. And when you do watch TV, make it a social activity. Invite friends over for a movie night or watch a game with family. This way, television becomes a medium for connection rather than isolation. And here's the best part. With the time saved, you can dive into activities that truly enrich your life. Read that book you've been putting off, learn a new skill, or spend quality time with loved ones. These are the activities that create lasting memories and personal growth. TV shows come and go, but the time you spend watching them is gone forever. Suppose you're spending hours on household chores that could be done more efficiently. Now, many of us have this misconception that chores like cooking, cleaning, and laundry are inherently time-consuming. We resign ourselves to these tasks taking up large chunks of our day. But it doesn't have to be this way. Let's introduce some strategies to tackle these chores more efficiently. Delegation is a powerful tool. If you live with others, split the chores evenly. This way everyone shares the burden and no one person is overrun with tasks. If you're in a position to do so, consider hiring help. Professional cleaners or gardeners can streamline these tasks, allowing you to focus on other things. Automation is another fantastic strategy. Today, we have a wealth of smart appliances available to us. Robotic vacuum cleaners, automatic dishwashers, and programmable washing machines are just a few examples. These devices can handle tasks while you're away or occupied with other things, saving you a considerable amount of time. And the benefits? They're pretty clear. By delegating and automating, you free up time that can be spent on more valuable activities. Maybe you want to pick up a new hobby, spend more time with your family, or focus on your personal growth. By making your chores more efficient, you're giving yourself the opportunity to do just that. Remember, your time is too precious to be wasted on inefficient chores. Suppose you're dismissing short periods of time as too short to be useful. It's a common misconception, isn't it? We often think, what good can 10 or 15 minutes do? But here's the thing. These small gaps of time, when added up, can make a significant difference. Now let's talk strategy. Small time gaps are perfect for quick tasks or a moment of relaxation. Reading a chapter of a book, jotting down ideas, doing a quick workout, or even just taking a breather. These are all ways you can utilize these short periods. You don't always need hours to get something done. The benefits: increased productivity and less stress. Instead of feeling like time is slipping away, you begin to take control. You start to see that every minute is an opportunity, not a constraint. Remember, every minute counts when you're intentional about how you spend it. So, are you ready to stop wasting your life? We've covered 5 major time drains today: excessive social media, aimless news consumption, solitary TV watching, inefficient chores, and mismanagement of small time gaps. The strategies we've discussed can help you reclaim your time and start leading a more intentional, fulfilling life. It's now up to you to implement these changes. Remember, your time is precious. Use it wisely. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.